Hi everyone, this is Mohammad Ali Raza. Today we are going to review our uh, lab where we are going to perform Nmap scan, and we are running a Kali machine, and on the other side we are going to run Captrix machine. We are like HTTP and HTTPS and couple of application protocol is going to run. Okay, so this is our lab. Let me walk through a couple of slides. We have captured couple of snapshots. This is the very first snapshot where I have updated my Kali machine. Um, and the second one, prior to running any scan, we had just make sure required upgrade has been done. So let's move forward very quickly. And Okay, so what we have done, in our Kali machine, we have two interfaces. One is belonging to the internal network, and the another is going over the internet. So here you see 192.168.56.101. That is part of our internal network. That's an IP address of our Kali machine. Second, since we have been running both Kali and Captrux machine, so here we have started the nmap command, and you see like I have executed nmap 192.168.56.0/24, right? So entire subnet scanning has been done here. So we are assuming we don't know what IP addresses are alive. So nmap that's gonna basically start scanning all of the IP address like since /24 has been given. So it's gonna start scanning IP addresses one by one. And right after performing all of the scan, what we have found, only one IP address is alive, which is 192.168.56.102, which is our Captrix machine. So you see, like in this command output, we have been getting like couple of port services are enabled, like TCP 22, which is SSH, TCP 80, HTTP, and 111, and 443 for HTTPS, and MySQL port 3306. So this has been done after scanning a big scan from the subnet. We have found like one host is alive. Now we can drill down, and now we can specific target that particular IP address to get more holistic view of the system and the services. So this is one of the command to have the picture. So that's basically nmap is helping us to perform the vulnerability assessment, and we gonna perform the vulnerability assessment that's going to our use for the purpose of the penetration testing, or for the purpose of ethical hacking, to identify what kind of vulnerabilities we have found in our network. So that is really a first place. So since we have found 192.168.56.102, that's the IP which is providing couple of open services. So we have seen one of the unsecure port HTTP 80 is already open. So we're gonna hit this particular IP with the port 80 and see we should be able to get the web page. So you see right after hitting 192.168.56.102 over the web page, we are able to get the web page from the Chaotrix. So which is giving us an option to provide username and password to get login into the system. So that is the first step. Like after second step, sorry, after performing the assessment, what IPs are available over the network, we have found like what services ports are available. So we can hit like, okay, this is the legitimate port, and we can hit this. Since HTTP is the unsecure port, we can definitely perform many kind of uh, uh, like uh, mm, different kind of attacks can be launched against this port as well. Now let's see the next. We can, when we click the right click, and we can see always see the source web page and source code in the HTML format, where we could found different kind of vulnerabilities by looking up the source code. Sometimes the developer makes some mistakes, or like they overlook the stuff while doing the development, so we can find most of the time. So this is one of the steps we can perform by evaluating or looking up any kind of vulnerability in any couple of systems. Okay, next couple of commands we have run since we are now targeting 192.168.56.102. That's the only a live host. So we have been running same nmap command with another couple of options like -o. That's gonna provide us the host information uh, with their running operating system. So that's going to be it's not necessary. It's going to be the 100% quick guess, but at least it's going to provide us some legitimate picture like it's belonging to the Linux or Unix or Windows. So like it's going to be provide us the operating system information, right? So that is the second command I have run over. And the third command you have seen I have used -sv. That's gonna like with the sv keyword like nmap -sv1 and 168.56.102, that's gonna perform like deep scan for that particular IP address. And it's not only pulling the information of the open ports and services running within the server. However, it's going to also provide us some deep information like if SSH is running, so what kind of version is being used. If HTTP port 80 like TCP is running, so what kind of web server is being used, which is very, very important information. Like if you want to get this, we can definitely, or any attacker can definitely exploit those particular information because some of the vulnerabilities are associated with the assigned services and the tools and the protocol and the version, so that can be easily targeted. Like if you see Apache server has been used, there could be Microsoft IIS server could be used, but in this case we can exploit this HTTP web server by exploiting any kind of Apache vulnerabilities, by using any known vulnerability. So Apache server HTTPD UC 2.0.52 has been used. So any attacker can launch like a specific attack related to the Apache web server. And and you have seen like in the Microsoft SQL has been used like port TCP 3306. So it seems like Microsoft SQL is running. So that's giving us basically some kind of more detailed information what kind of application tool and services running behind this web server. So after performing this footprinting, an attacker can definitely launch any attack. So this is called basically footprinting. So in footprinting, like attacker gonna try to get more like technical information related to the services running within the any host, and he can definitely use that particular services to launch any attack by looking up their version. Right. Next one, we are what I had done. Like I have been running like different commands with the -p -a that gave us more information. Like you see here, if we are using TCP 443, so that means we have been using SSL, and it's giving us the cipher information. What kind of certificate like encryption methods have been used, and SSL version 2. It's showing same thing you see with the TCP 22. So that gave us some kind of information like RSA, DSA. So some more information it's also shows us. And SSH version 1 is being used. So SSH version 1 is not much secure as compared to the SSH version 2 that can easily exploit. So that means that's going to be used as a backdoor. So we can like launch an attack for SSH version 1. So since it's not going to be the very, very secure method of SSH. And you see like lots of information you're gonna find out here which definitely help us to like exploit any kind of by using vulnerability. Right, let's move next for move forward. I have run another command. So, okay, so this is basically just highlighting like a couple of found vulnerabilities or the areas which we can highlight by performing the footprinting. So that basically provide us some kind of legitimate information of the network. So that could be definitely use for the upcoming steps. Next, I have run one of the command like nmap minus so, which basically providing us what kind of protocols are being running in within the server and have been opened. So you see ICMP, IGMP, TCP, UDP. So different services port belonging to these protocols have been supported by this server. So that like IGMP is also supported by this server. So that's giving us some more detailed information by using the nmap different commands. These are some more scanning commands what I have been running. So it's not necessary like it's gonna provide every time like a different output. It depends because depending over the server, since this server is the Linux server 56.102, that's how like might be if the similar command running with the Microsoft Windows machine, so we might be getting more detailed information to get the holistic view. So it depends. So you see like the information looks like the same, it's kind of repetitive information, but every time it try to pull up and bring up some uh, more information. So that's how we have ran different commands by getting different kind of outputs. Here we have run more commands like one of the example I can give like nmap 192.168.56.102 minus p22 minus sv. So here I am targeting that particular server, the same particular server like your Optrix server, by only targeting the SSH port. So you see it's pulling up different information. So this is basically the way we are trying to show here. In that particular way, we can target any particular services port by pulling up any application or associated application and their associated version related information. If we know like this particular port has been used, same thing you see like with the port 80 and with the port 33E06. So like it has been mentioned here like this 3306 is belonging to the MySQL, and sometime it's gonna also provide us the version of the MySQL and some more information. So that's how like we can target by uh, hitting a specific to any destination port. Okay, so hopefully you like all of our analysis, and thanks so much for hearing this session. Have a good day. Bye.